Hello guys. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Quizera_Faye. This is a safe space and I welcome all of us to this channel. Kindly show some love, I beg. Show some love for your girl. Even as we embark on this journey together. It is a channel that really loves to make sure that people are happy as they carry on their daily activities. So I would love to welcome us on board. Feel appreciated, feel loved, feel valued, even as you join and prepare to join and recruit others to join. So, what is the topic today? The topic today is a bit amazing. I love it, and I'm sure you will love it too, because I'm a victim of many things I'm talking about in this episode. So, what is it? What is it? It is an interesting topic, I assure you. So, I would love us to talk about some lessons we really learn the hard way in the course of life. They are common to people. If you've never experienced one of them, then I think I don't know which universe you live in. But anyway, that aside, I would love us to discuss some of the lessons that come to us. They may be catch us unawares or unprepared, but it is life. So we soldier on, we learn the hard way, and such lessons are lessons you do not forget. Let's just be honest. You do not forget a lesson rather you learned the hard way. So as I should say that life is not a rehearsal, but at the same time, life has lessons, not on a template, but lessons that we, in the course of living life, we encounter. Most of them, they find us unaware, so we really have to live through them. And yeah, that is what makes life beautiful. When you overcome one hurdle, then you go to the next challenge, you overcome, then you're tough and you're good to go. Because we do not want to get at the age of, say, 100 years, and when the little generation will come to us seeking for help, we start crying. No, that should not be the case. That is the reason why some of the lessons in life has to come the hard way. So they should toughen our inner being, they should toughen our perspective, and also better our engagements in life. So what is the number one lesson most people learn the hard way? Okay, I'm an African child, so I am not exposed to maybe the western countries, all those countries. So maybe some perspectives you can just hear and disagree, which is allowed. You can give your opinion, but most of the time, people realize that shortcuts, pursuing an easier path really leads to a difficult one at the end of the day. When you love a shortcut and you do not want to tire with the whole process, you would rather take some few steps to be there, you really end up not realizing that it was as difficult as just following the right path. So, am I a victim of this? I will not tell, but let's also know if you're a victim of this in the comment section. So, what I would love us to learn is that this is a lesson that most of us learned or are yet to learn, but you do not. It is not a must you learn really in real life. You can also learn from the experience of others. You realize that free things in life are not really free, as we may call them. Most of us may jump into a place where they are given handouts and free things, just to shorten their journey to maybe a certain achievement. Yeah, I'm not against some help in some times, in some cases, but sometimes it is just beautiful to go on a journey where you first you put your effort and expect a reward, because where there is an effort, most likely there will be a reward. But where there is a shortcut, a reward is not guaranteed, because first of all, you do not know the value of what has been given to you, because another person has gone out of their way and maybe they were generous enough to give you a push, just a push. So if you're not diligent enough, you may find that the shortcut you were given or you were assisted may not be so valuable to you, because you never toiled, you never knew the value of what you were given. So that is the lesson number one. Shortcuts are not really shortcuts. They end up being the longest way, or a longer way than you expected. That is number one reason somehow I had to learn the hard way. Let me not roast myself here in this space. Another thing is, most of our small habits on a daily basis really lead to what our life experiences are all about. The small things you do not even care. I can wake up at 8 and I was supposed to be at place by that 8, but they can wait for me. All those small habits end up being what commands our routine or discipline or character. So those small choices we choose to ignorantly tolerate because they are not really helpful, they end up being not helpful at all. Because if you cannot, for instance, keep time, and you were waiting maybe for a business meeting, or you were to report to work, and because of that you missed the opportunity, or a person was eager to see you, but because in your mind they should really wait and understand, so you miss an opportunity of your lifetime just by not keeping time. So those small habits, if they've never costed you, I would not advise you to even practice those small negative habits, because they will cost you big time in future. So that is a lesson most of the people learn the hard way. Before you even realize there is a loss, you realize when you've already lost. So to avoid that, just be on time, do your thing, be at the right place in the right time. Okay? Yeah. So another thing I've come to learn the hard way is that being self-aware, like self-knowledge, it is more important than what you've accomplished or achieved in life. When you are self-aware, it means that you do not have an identity crisis. You see, there are people who really do not know. They do not know, besides what they do on a daily basis, whether they are employed or not, besides what they do, they are not really aware of themselves. They do not know what they can do besides what they are used to and still be okay. That is why I'm saying, when you're self-aware, it is more important than your self-achievements, because your self-achievements can be taken away from you in a day, but your self-awareness remains with you, and you can always start afresh and build another thing, really. So let's learn to cultivate self-awareness and not measure our identity by what we have already achieved. It is more rewarding to know I'm capable of this, but it is also at least better to know that I am capable. Even if all this is wiped away, I can still establish myself again. That is where some people really I don't want to say give up or something, but when the uncertainty eats your door and pushes you off limit and causes disequilibrium, where do you start really? Where do you start? Huh? Do you go to self-pity? Do you go to project your issues to other people, or oh God, or you, what is this tongue twister? Recollect, yeah. Or you recollect yourself and say, you know what, I'm worth it. I will go, I will soldier on and establish myself once again. Yeah, so when you realize that your self-awareness or self-knowledge is more important than your self-achievement, you can always reestablish yourself. You can always prosper. Okay? Another lesson that we really have to learn the hard way is that the people we spend time with really dictate a major part of our life. They may dictate our thoughts. Not they may. They dictate our thoughts, our actions. Yeah, and all those stuff. You see, when I was growing up, I used to maybe hang out with some friends, and I would be told, you see, I don't want to see you with so and so, you know, this and this, and I will just conclude in my mind, these are just haters, they do not want me to have friends. But growing up, I've come to learn the hard way that you are who you interact with. Your thoughts are largely affected by your company. So if you want your life to really reflect good things, then be careful to choose good people who bring out the best in you, people who are happy to see you prosper, not the jealous type that will do anything to weigh you down, because there are those kinds of people. So it's up to you. You do not have to learn the hard way. Another lesson I've come to learn the hard way now, this I don't think there's a person who has not experienced it, is that the inner voice, the inner still voice, the intuition, we call it intuition, that small voice, that quiet voice in you always knows the way. That small voice in you always knows the way. But what do we do in life? Most of the time we ignore, and we are lured by these bigger voices that lead us to, they promise us big achievements. They do not tell us the process. We just listen to them for some reason or the other, and when our gut feeling even is against such advancements, we say, let me give it a benefit of doubt. Until when it's too late. Yes, you get it. So when you despise that small voice, that inner voice, that intuition in you, oftentimes it does not end well. Let's be honest. It does not end well at all. So what a hard lesson to learn in life, because maybe you're requested to go somewhere, and deep down you know this is not a place I wanna be. But how do you find yourself there? Because you overlooked, and you were just eager to protect your own image, because you were like in your mind, what will these people perceive of me? Or what will happen if I'm not seen there in that social class? What will happen if maybe I need them to return the favor next time, and they won't come, so I just have to sacrifice? That is not sacrifice. Don't call it sacrifice. Going against your inner voice is never a sacrifice. In fact, it is a disservice to you, because you know very well you are not supposed to be where you are going in the first place. So don't call it a compromise. Don't give it nice names. Don't pamper it up. Just accept and know that you made a mistake, and it is a lesson that you will learn to learn in a very difficult way, because the consequences are always there, and we are always there to bear them, unfortunately. Yeah. So another lesson I learned in life is, I don't know, I'm not an expert in this, but I'll just say it, is concerning relationship, and more so the what do I call them, the love relationships, romantic relationships. You see, when you enter in a relationship, no one tells you the do's and don'ts. You are just there, like it is just like a spark, and then you find yourself in. You have many dreams with your significant other. You promise them you can go to the moon and back, and you can take a sword for them, you can die for them. You promise like heaven on earth, literally. So when you entering into such relationship, the faster you progress in those kinds of relationships, the faster you also collapse, unfortunately. I may be wrong, I may be right. This maybe does not apply to all people, because somehow people may just click. There's love at first sight, and you know you are fit for each other, and you really work throughout the relationship. But what a nice relationship, a romantic relationship, really requires, in my opinion, is just take things slow. And the more you take things slow, the more you get time to know your significant other, the lesser you are disappointed, and the more permanence is there in that relationship. And yeah, the more you people can end up really being together. Yeah. So is that enough, or there's something else we can add? I know this episode will really remind people of where they've come from. If you've had a point that touches you directly or indirectly, just don't be shy to comment. And maybe the final lesson, as I say goodbye, is that life changes as we grow up. You do not remain the same person. As life changes, or as life advances, you also change. And the earlier you know this, the better, because when you do not like accept that you change as years go by, you're only trying to hurt yourself. For example, the way you behaved when you were a baby is not the way you behave as a teenager. And the things you were able to achieve or do or dare when you were in the adolescence stage of life, it is not the things you'll do maybe in your early or late 20s, and so on and so on. So when you try like forcing things to realign against time, maybe you do not embrace change, that will only hurt you. So the earlier you accept, you learn to accept, the earlier the better. So change, as they say, it is inevitable when it comes. In life, everything changes, whether we like it or not. It may be positive change, it may be negative change, but it is change, and we have to embrace it every time it occurs, because that is a constant. Like something constant, it's bound to happen. It is not uncertain, it is certain. It is bound to happen. Yeah. So guys, let me know whether this section was educational, whether you've learned something, and we remain focused on our goal. Our goal is to be happy. Our goal is to be mentally okay. Our goal is to see others around us happy as well and doing well in their mental space. And yes, what could we ask more of life if we achieve all these things? I would love us to show some love to this channel, really. I plead with you guys. Kindly support me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Share this channel so that it may reach a number of people. And continue to comment, turn on the post notification bell so that when I upload a video, you may be notified and that we may come here and continue learning. Yeah, so that is about it. I just had to bring up I had to bring this up, the lessons we learn the hard way, the lessons we have to learn the hard way. In one way or the other, it is inevitable. It is what makes us to grow. And yes, we can't avoid. We can only process them as they come and be willing to be taught in the process. Be willing to take the positive and leave the negative. And yeah, that is the beauty of life, as I say, because life minus experiences is just weakness. You can't really tell much when you're just that soft, in quotes. You have to really go through stuff so that you may learn how to handle difficult situations, and also that you may know how to help someone out of difficult situations through advice, practically, in any capacity that they may require you to. Yeah, so always remember to be an ambassador of positive vibes, because life is already difficult. The world around us is not that nice every time. So in an average day, a person is already stressed. So you do not have to add to their baggage by being a nuisance, causing them pain, making their life difficult, causing non-issues to be issues, and just arguing your point through stuff. You do not have to be selfish to feel relevant. But on the contrary, you may be useful. Nobody may see it at that time, but being useful and helpful, it really goes a long way. Nice people will always be nice people. When you help a person, a stranger, that person may not tell you even thank you. They may not reward you instantly, but their silent gratitude, their silent prayer, thanksgiving will always locate you in life. Yeah, I've come to realize that life is just an atmosphere. What you pour out is what will come back to you. If all you give is negativity, surely don't expect to find positivity in your way. If all you give is chaos, peace will not come your way. You have to eat from the same cup. If it is chaos, you are served chaos, and maybe in double dose. So you do not want to be in that circle, find yourself in that situation. So let's continue to be nice people. When I get a chance to bring interesting episodes, I got you. I will always be here on time. And yeah, we can learn from one another, surely. Show some love. That is all I ask. Show some love. That is all I need. It will help me grow this channel. It will help me reach to you people in a most amazing way. Yeah, that is what I had for today. As they say in other places, that's what's up. So let's meet in the next video. Bye bye.